if you're a member of my Discord server, you might have noticed that I posed a question regarding, recommendations for a new computer. In case you haven't, I'm John Barry, and let me just get into it. So my current desktop, not the one you're seeing here, I'll get to that in a moment, but my current desktop, which is nearing 3 years old, and it's making a lot of noise. Other than that, the best we can figure out noise-wise is we need to clean the fan, which I am planning on getting done eventually. But there's other issues going on. First of all, if you just want to be curious about the stats, it's processors, I would say inadequate, RAM's adequate, hard drive storage space excellent. This was all, my current desktop was all custom built, so a lot of that stuff. The one area where we basically probably nowadays, in 3 years, almost 3 years later, is graphics card was the only thing that's severely out of date. But there's something else going on because of all the EA games I have on my computer, I mean made by EA, so both the Star Wars Battlefront games, Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4, and those had, maybe Battlefield 5, I don't know. It's moved in and out of what used to be EA Origin Access Basic a couple of times, so I don't know. But also Star Wars Squadrons. Star Wars Squadrons is what alerted me, because for a couple of months I haven't played a single EA game. The last one I played was Fallen Order. I get to play Squadrons and no can do. And then I go try my other EA games. Same exact thing. They crash as soon as I try to get into the game itself. And Fallen Order was the only game I could actually play the game. It's also the only one that has no multiplayer capabilities. I don't know. But my computer is getting there in years, and the noise itself, is just kind of just, if it's just a fan, then fine, but, no, too loud of a noise on the computer is not necessarily a good thing, and, and probably about a year time anyhow, I would have been looking for a brand new computer anyhow, so, not that big of a deal to get it a little sooner than later, but, yeah, might as well. I did get one recommendation, and then a lot of my own research, and turns out my research corresponded with the one recommendation I got, so shout out to Yoda Barrel. She recommended when I basically looking for recommendations, she recommended an HP Omen, Omen, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And so of course I also did my own independent research looking at stats, and then me and my parents, because I'm not driving up to Downers Grove. Yeah, I live in the Chicagoland area, and I don't like traveling into the city at all. But anyhow, so we went to a computer store in that general area, and was able to get and look at what they had there. Before I had looked online, at both HPs and Dells and a few others. There was a few that I said no to, the Alien World by Dell, because I didn't care for the looks that much. And then there was a few other things. There was the Dell's G series. But what the HP Omen and the HP it skips my head, begins with a P, I think. Oh man, why can't I remember it? But another HP gaming computer brand, and when we got to the store, looked at a few others. There was another brand I wasn't familiar with, but they had an HP Omen and the other HP gaming machine, which Pavilion, I think HP Pavilion. I think I got that right. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I looked at those two, comparing their stats and such. What ports they had available, because the different types of display ports is very important to me to look at. I like having a decent options and such available. So there's a lot of things I had to consider. This one, the only thing that this one I ended up choosing the HP Omen for a couple of reasons. Besides the one recommendation I got, as I mentioned earlier, but one, I like seeing inside the machine. I think that is a very neat feature. So yeah. And by the way, this is non-sponsored or anything like that. I'm just literally telling you guys my story. But yeah. And then at the back, it had a DVI port and 2 HDMI ports, and I'm like, that's pretty good. Right now, with my current setup, I'm using 1 DVI port and 1 HDMI port, so I don't even have to change monitors. So that was definitely a plus. This had a bigger hard drive, better RAM, a better graphics card. The only thing on this one that I was leery about was the processor, which of course with some help from my dad, I can easily someday switch that one out. So the processor was no big deal actually. And actually it was still a much better processor than my current computer anyhow, so that was actually my main thing. Higher stats, or specs I should say, not stats, than my current computer, which I think this one has, which this one definitely meets, I should say. Just a few things about the other alternative I was looking at. It had a few more USB ports in front, or actually right on this one it's actually going to be a little bit up on top, you can see in the picture, but had a few more of those and an SD card reader, which I'm like, yeah, that's not bad. But then, you know what, I have a USB splitter, so that I can always use that to gain increase access to USB ports should I need it. And really, except for mouse and keyboard, because I prefer using wired ones, especially for a mouse, those can go to the back easy, and I only really need 1 active USB port at any given time. 1 free, that, you know, whether it be for flash drive or whatnot. But yeah. And when it came to SD card, if I need something ready, well, I can either... You can't see my laptop over here, but it has an SD card reader, so that meant looking for a desktop, I didn't need to really focus on that, because I can just use my laptop if ever there's a need, and then just save what I need, save to a flash drive to transfer it over here. Or I can even use, you know, the cloud or something, but I kind of prefer using flash drives and such. And so, yeah. I think that about completes my story and why I end up going with this one. The display ports I felt were much better. The stats were overall better, and I liked being able to see inside. So I think it's about time to open it. So, okay, as you can see, I have this in a different position so we can see. This is actually I'm actually experimenting because I haven't done an unboxing in a long time, and I always find it so difficult to get angles. But yeah, I got my knife, so yeah, might as well actually open it. So yeah, pretty much got this today. Well, today as in the day of recording. Okay, carefully. Okay, that should be it for cutting, so I'll set my knife off to the side. Okay. This is good cardboard. Whoa, hit the camera there for a second. Okay, let's get this stuff. Power supply, always a good thing to have. I'll set that off to the side for now. This should be, yep, the mouse and the keyboard. Both of them are wired, which I will greatly appreciate. And very nice, very nice. Pretty much my only complaint is no light buttons for, you know, cap and num lock and such. But then again, that's the same thing with my current keyboard. The only device I have, or keyboard I actively use, is the keyboard on my laptop that actually indicates it's when those are on. Granted, I do have an old wired keyboard that will do that. I'll put this off to the side again. Okay, now it should be going for the actual PC itself. Yeah, I displayed the system a bit. I'll toss it off to the side. Okay. Hold. Okay, so I'm going to get off camera for a little bit as this comes out. I'm doing what it says. Just putting that off to the side. So time to take this out. Like, I don't want you to touch the glass because it's so clean. That. Okay, so there it is. Okay, now I think we can see a bit better. It's a downward angle. But there it is. Power button, everything. I mean, it is a very nice computer. And heavy. I think it's heavier than mine. I think it's heavier than my current one, but yeah. I just like this. Just being able to look inside and see all the components. I mean, it is just lovely. Granted, I won't be able to see the components because it'll be on my left when it's underneath my desk. Yeah, my old computer is still probably there because I got a lot of files and such on there. I really like it. Pretty much my only actual complaint about this is no disk drive. But I have an old disk drive for my second desktop. Because my first desktop was an old XP that my dad got when my elementary school decided to replace all the computers and they sold them off. So that's how I got my very first computers, and I got my Windows, and my XP is still operational last time I checked. It's kept on my old bedside table, which I used to keep my printer on top of it. But yeah, I've rearranged some stuff around every now and then. But yeah, last time it was probably a year or so ago, probably longer, when I actually last used that computer. I should actually someday boot it up again. I have everything I need for it. And then I had my Windows 7, which I got when I started high school. I used that one for many years, for all 4 years of high school. And then it was basically my backup computer for basically 3 years of college. First semester of college, she also did that. But yeah, so that computer served me well until this summer, after the storms that swept through the Chicagoland area. We lost power, and then about a week or two later, it just gave up. I suspect it was the power supply. We got a external hard drive so I can at least get views what all the stuff that I still have on that hard drive. But yeah, and I got the back. I mean, it's just lovely. Actually, correction, looks like I may have misspoke. But yeah, DVI HDMI looks actually, you probably can't see where I'm pointing, but it looks actually to be a DP, display port. But hey, that's my mistake. But you know what? If I ever need another piece, get another monitor, I can get one with that port, and no problem. But yeah, I mean, it really has everything I need. Yeah, so, and of course, just being able to see the inside of this is just amazing. And so yeah, I'll probably be getting it set up, and maybe this video will be uploaded from this one. Actually, probably will still be uploaded from my old computer just because it's going to take me a while to get this all set up. But, yeah, that's where I think I'm going to end this video. So, yeah, my new computer, I think it's going to be great. I really can't wait to get it all set up and such. And I just love even though I probably could never build a computer and understand half the stuff in here, I just love being able to see inside of here. And yeah. No, and you can see why laptops are possible because actually how flat a lot of stuff have gotten. So yeah, I'm just rambling on this point, trying to increase the length of this video, but I don't know why I was just looking off camera for a second, but yeah. So I think that's where I'm going to end the video. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's see. What a good question. What's your current PC? You don't have to answer that if you don't want to. That's the best question I've developed, but I think I've made the right choice, and yeah, to be set up. So thank you for watching. As I said earlier, I think. Yeah, when I ramble, I sometimes forget what I say. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like the video if you haven't already. Be sure to follow me on social media, Facebook and Twitter. Links for them are in the description, as well as my Discord server and my Patreon page. Also, I would like to show the fact that I've recently started a blog, the 555th review. It's at the 555. Yeah, sorry. Let me restart that URL. The555review.blogspot.com. It'll be up on screen in the description. But yeah, I talk about more than just, my normal channel, Star Wars, Disney stuff. There, I actually do talk about politics, and in these current times, politics is something we should pay attention to. You don't have to agree with me. I understand if you perfectly don't. In fact, I would be disturbed if you agreed with everything I've ever said. I would be disturbed by that, to be frank. But yeah. Well, I'm not frank, I'm John. But anyhow, I got off topic there for a split second. But yeah, be sure to check out my blog, and give it a follow and such. And yeah, that's literally where I'll end this video. So as I said a million times already, thank you for watching. I really do mean it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And be sure to check out either the video or the playlist on screen now. And as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. Have a good one. Bye!